So in today's video, what I want to do is talk to you about Aster. Aster is a project that's obviously BSC, CZ Binance himself is pushing it, and I touched on this in a video there a couple of days ago about it, and all I can say about it at the moment is everyone out there is talking about it in crypto, and obviously it's piqued interest by everyone, and now where I see the potential where it can go, this is where now I'm starting to pay closer attention to it. But like always, I never look to buy tokens and either one, buy them straight off the market, or two, pretty much have them doing nothing for me. This is something that I'm looking to potentially build out into long-term holdings. These are obviously some altcoins I like to build out along with the core assets. I suppose the key reason for wanting to get into this is I do see this pushing hyperliquid, and in terms of TVL, market cap, the entire lot, these are going to compete massively with each other until something different comes out, obviously on Sonic. More on that maybe in the live chats that I'll be doing today. So with that, if we jump over here, you can see the Aster price is roughly $2.28. And the comparison of hyperliquid Hypes token is $45. So you can see here the chart at the moment. Now, obviously, we're after seeing massive pumps in this. So we've obviously started down around 40, 50 cent and pumped up to $1.90, bit of sell off down to $1.30 and pumped again up to the $2.41 mark. Now, the key thing here to remember is, look, you never want to be jumping into tokens on pumps. You're looking for creating strategies, creating an approach to it, and this is where I'm going with it. So my ideal situation here is to farm this. Ideally, I want to be setting out a range that is going to be, say, up around here, and another range then I think it's around here. And my aim is to farm it roughly in this section if I can, and I'll discuss that in a few moments again. But before that, we need to look at obviously competition and where potentially going. Is it worth it? And pretty much that's it. I'm not jumping into things just for the sake of the trend. So if we look over here, DeFi Llama, you can see at the moment, and Aster here is revenue in 23 hours, 9.3. Hyperliquid is 2.9. Obviously, revenue over the 7 days, 19 or 30 days. Obviously, Aster is small, but it's already 16 million over the last 30 days. Now, again, we jump into the platform data metrics, I suppose, straight away. You get an idea of pretty much where things can potentially go with this. Now, as I said, market cap at the moment is 3.7 billion. We have DEX volume over the 30 days, as mentioned, it was 3.5. Revenue is 195 million, around 195 million annualized. And you can see here over the last, I think it was the last day, so September 23rd, yesterday, it generated 7.12 million in revenue in one day. Now, if we jump over to Hyperliquid, you can see similar numbers here. We're pumped fairly often on it now over the last while. 4.8 is the highest and a little bit of a drop off. But I think one of the key things you have to understand here is that getting into potentially this Aster token now in comparison to Hype, I think basically Hyperliquid now, maybe momentum has shifted a little bit. People are paying attention to what if Aster can reach this similar market cap, similar of everything as Hype, what can it go to? So this has pretty much led me down to this road of potentially building out this. This is the only token that I've seen project in lately that has really grabbed mass adoption very quickly from users, and it's one of the key reasons why I'm looking closely at it now. So if we jump over here, and again, this is on CoinGecko, you can briefly see here market cap. So if Aster reaches a market cap of Hyperliquid, you can see roughly the token is going to be $7.35. Yeah, $7.35. That's a 3.2x basically on your capital there. Now, as I said, you're not going to get super rich unless you're this person over here. So this whale spent 1.1 million to buy 500,000 of these at the $2.02 in a single transaction. So obviously there's big capital here getting behind it, potentially looking for opportunities here with it. But as I said, this is something that I kind of look closely at. And again, it's you make it out into your own plan what you want to do. But my approach here, as I mentioned, is to farm this. As I said, I just don't like buying tokens. Maybe it's just tight when it comes to things like that. Instead, I like to have capital working for it. So my process here is jumping over to PancakeSwap. You can see here we have Aster USDT pool and Aster Wrap BNB. Now again, depending on what way you want to go, TVL and volume through USDT is obviously 160 million. So it's unreal volume gone through there. So what I'll be looking to do is get set up into this position. So if you're putting in $500 into this position, and what we want to do is see, can we, one, farm the position and hopefully either grow the position and make our bags a bit bigger and not be massively worried about trying to buy all the Aster tokens now. Now, the reason I mention it like this is, if I was looking to buy this now, what I used to do is I'd come along and I just buy your bag right here. And hopefully you can see that. And if you buy your bag right there, that's it. Your bag is bought, you're waiting for it to go up, and hopefully it does go up. But obviously what can happen is it can start to drop down. And more than likely it'll come down like this and it'll sit down around here for a while, and you're always going to see your bag is underwater. Now the key thing about farming is these are the areas that you can actually farm the positions and earn fees along the way, and overall potentially grow your bag. So this is the key reason why I'm doing it like this. So if we jump back over here to PancakeSwap, again, we're putting in just say $500. We're going to compound it every day, and our range is the key thing here, is we're keeping the range something like this. So again, we have 29% and 26%. So you can see we're going down to 162, and if we quickly mark this at 162, which is around there. And again, if we look for the top side, which was 287 of this, obviously I might change a little bit more once I see it. So 287, which is roughly there. So this is going to be our range. We're pretty much getting this, I think, nearly bang in the center at the moment anyway. And as I said, with that range set, we're going to be getting roughly, I think it is $12, yeah. Yeah, so around $12 in yield basically per day. And as I said, this is the opportunity to just pretty much just grow your position. Now, as I said, we can go in out of range, whatever can happen. But as I said, if you're looking to get into tokens and hold them, then you have the opportunity here to kind of earn a decent enough yield. Like as I said, for $500, you could be in this range for a while if we can stay, obviously, where is it gone, Tommy? If we can stay within range. And I think that is one of the key things you have to remember here. Now, obviously, with this range here set, even if I set it over here, you know, there was 2 or 3 days we were in it, and about 2 days in range. So as I said, if we go out of range to the upside, I don't really mind. I'll happily set up my ranges again and just potentially farm fees and farm potentially the Aster token as well through doing this process. So yeah, so that is pretty much, and that's how I get into tokens that, one, a lot of people are talking about, two, without necessarily having to throw your entire capital into the spot price right now, and three, obviously the ability to actually just farm the token and farm the LP, farm the excitement, farm everything like that, because you could be in this range, you could go out of range to the bottom like again, but you could have actually farmed basically your equivalent worth of what you put into this if APRs and like that fluctuate massively. So definitely a strategy, definitely not something you would do, you know, as I said, if you're just getting new to crypto. I think this is something, once you're kind of experienced a bit more about crypto, you understand the potential opportunities here. And I suppose that is one of the key reasons why I've set up the group to provide this, you know, help and advice and give people the information. I think is key here in this scenario. And as I mentioned, we're having a live call today, happening actually 22 minutes of this. So obviously, when you're seeing this, it'll be too late. But this is what we tend to do: discuss different tokens, discuss the entire ecosystems, and see what's happening, see what's not happening, and pretty much try and get ourselves positioned for it. So look, I'm going to leave it there. Hope everyone has a great day, and thanks very much for watching.